Okay, we've got some interesting stuff from Tony Hinchcliffe today, and we actually found, remember when we last left you, they had edited something out of Kill Tony. Remember that? Dane Cook was on. Yeah, that's right. Dane Cook was on Kill Tony. He was bombing. And then we had that mystery comic by the name of Neil Pop. Puts his name in the bucket. He goes up, remember, and he starts roasting Tony and Redbar. Well, we've got some follow-up on that story. Remember, the clip was removed. Tony and Redbar, they're almost, bragging about how they edited this clip out of their broadcast. If you haven't seen this, go back to the last episode we did here. You're going to love that Tony Hinchcliffe segment. I might put that on YouTube, actually. So we had some listeners. They've gone in and they started harassing Tony about deleting the clip. I could show you some of that just to show you how Tony handles things. Here's one of Tony's Instagram comments, and Shane Bombardo goes in there and he goes, You guys got to see the deleted clip they edited out of the Dane Cook episode. Some brave new comedian made complete fools of them, and Tony was so embarrassed that he edited the set out of the episode. I'm watching you, Lobster. Very nice. That was deleted. Tony said, and deleted and blocked the guy immediately, just for saying you got to see the part they edited out. There was more. Let's see. Yeah, there were some other guys. Here's Brandon Mueller. Commenting on Tony's Instagram. He goes, why edit out someone giving you a bit of crap? Pretty weak. I thought you were a roast guy, Tony Hinchcliffe, not a bitch-ass scaredy-pants lobster. So I guess every time he hears this lobster thing, he deletes. Okay, so he was blocked immediately for that. Here's Ashley Butterfield. He goes, weak little lobster, deleting clips, wimp. And I believe Ashley was banned and blocked. Yeah. For that, here's Sam Loomis, another guy. I don't even know what he wrote, but he was blocked, yeah. So this is Tony's thing. There's Kevin Fraguli. He goes, there was a weird cut in the episode. They clearly edited something out. Anyone know what that was about? Now, Kevin, I hope you weren't blocked for that. Completely harmless. Let's see if he deletes. Here's another one deleted and blocked. This is from North Star Rip. You guys got roasted bad. Too bad you were such a wimp and cut it out of the show. Totally a fool's move. We have the clip, and we just watched it live on Redbar. You could roast people, but can't take it. What a loser. Deleted and blocked. Good. This is a good one, so Tony knows what's up now. So Tony knows. Thank you for my tiny cup of coffee, my Javicino. So Tony knows. So Tony read this. He read all the words. And he wrote, we have the clip. We watched it live on Redbar. You could roast, but you can't take it. So Tony read that. Dane Cook maybe read that too. Blocked and deleted. This is how Tony handles things. He deleted my comment, but didn't block me. Maybe he only blocks if you say lobster. This is from George. Now, I, again, think it's worse to just delete and not block. Okay? I think that's a worse move. Your boy, the Golden Pony, is a deleter. More like the golden phony. That was removed. Okay, so he follows that same Santinius way of dealing with things, which is just delete, delete, delete. And you would think, again, let me remind you, these posts get hundreds of comments. They have 2,544 likes. He's going through every time he posts, going through every single comment and reading these. Here's another one. Not to be a hater or a troll, but why did you delete the part where the guy roasts you guys? Seems like kind of a weak bitch thing to do. Also, deleting the comments that bring it up? He continues. I don't know. Yep, I'm blocked too. He was blocked for that. Okay. It goes on and on. Look at this. Look at all this. Wow. He commented this about 5 minutes after. Wait, Dane Cook got involved. Is this true? Have I missed some of this? Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen any of this either. Oh, my God. We have Dane Cook, everybody. This is amazing. Look at this. Wait, where do I start?
I think maybe...
Brandon's? This one?
here read Scott Loveless first. That
Okay,
seems like
Scott Loveless says, Dane Cook, I don't fucking care about your past mistake or what destruction you've caused. Maybe what is this? Oh, he's okay.
Looking forward to continuing coverage of your crime.
Okay, yeah. So somebody quoted Dane Cook from the video. Okay, right? Is that and said, looking forward to continuing coverage of your crimes over at Redbar Radio. Okay, that was to Dane Cook. And he deleted the entire post for writing that. Let's go here. Look at this. Brandon Mueller says, I just saw a clip of you getting roasted by an open micer. Yeesh, you did not handle that well. In which of the 30 years of performing did you learn how to handle simple jabs aimed at you? Dane Cook responds. Here we go. Wow. Actually, you are wrong. The entire night was built around the theme of Kill Tony, and if you don't know what that is, you're out of the loop. I've already talked to that kid also, so there's zero bad blood. Just the fact that people like you buy into the worst of everything. Cheers.
Whoa.
Wow. Which is not true. We've talked to the kid as well. There's plenty bad blood. Let's see if there's more. Okay, so it looks like Brandon Mueller responds. I'm trying to find that. Okay, Brandon Mueller says, I can't trust a guy that photoshops himself into recently passed comic book icon photos. Sorry, Dane. Uh-oh. So let's see how Dane responds to that. This is great. We got Dane Cook on the line. He replies, LOL, now you just tipped into some alternative universe shit and lost me completely. Go read the 4 agreements. What? And then come back and have a big boy pants conversation. Brandon responds, big fan, but I've been concerned of late because of Dane being roasted so badly and him handling it even worse. Between that and all the recent allegations of Dane chasing online clout using Photoshop and dead celebrities, things are not looking good, okay? Dane Cook, have you not seen the investigation done by Redbar Radio? Pretty damning stuff. Let's see if he responds here. I'm only looking for Dane responses now, to be honest. Brandon Mueller, LOL. No, okay, that's the same thing.
They said
do we have any more?
Back up.
Okay, show me.
It just said, I was just going to read, someone said, Brandon, he's deleting every time you mention Redbar, but keeping the comments where it looks like he got the best of you.
Wow, so he's doing it again, so he's deleting all Redbar comments. Okay. Wow, amazing. So Dane Cook is a little schemer here, isn't he? We've got some other interesting information. You know, we went on to Neil Pop's YouTube page. Remember, Neil Pop was the comedian that roasted Dane Cook. He was the guy who was edited out. He had this to say.
One fair, one good everyone laugh.
Here he is, Neil Pop himself.
Man, not this show. And I'm not even roasting the comics, because they're not supposed to be... I'm talking about like the open micers. They're not supposed to be polished. Man, as soon as I saw what this show really was, I was flabbergasted, dude. Let me tell you how messed up that show is. The Kill Tony show is literally just like a lion's den for washed up comedians and like bummer dudes who can't headline to sit at a desk and do a live podcast where they literally just... Bro, there's a difference between roasting somebody and straight up hurting their feelings.
Uh-oh.
This guy got up on stage and did a really awful set. And afterwards they could have told him, like, hey, this and this and that. They could have fucking riffed on his jokes or something. Man, Tony Hinchcliffe, that tiny little prick.
Wow.
I hope he gets to see this. Honestly, that little cutie goofball. Oh, God, dude. I would not want to work in Hollywood if I had to kick it with dudes like that.
Wow.
You should have heard what he said to this kid. He tells this guy, probably isn't even 20 years old, he said, you look like Cartman with lupus. Literally said, yeah, you were here last week. I told a Cartman joke then. I'm just going to do Cartman jokes every time you're drawing. I'm sitting there in my chair like, that's actually fucked up. I'd love to kick Tony's ass just for saying some shit like that. I wish he wasn't famous so I could fucking go talk shit to him in the parking lot. Oh my God. That poor kid probably went home and cried for sure. This cop came out and did an awful set. God damn, they were so rude to the guy. They told him that he had no talent. They told him that he was a loser. They pepper this shit in, dude. They tell you should never do comedy again. They're such dicks. I remember this guy goes up and he's telling jokes about he has a small dick. Whatever. You know what I mean? Everyone's got those jokes, right? Back when they start out. But they were just riffing on the guy so hard and just hurting his fucking feelings. It was just so clear. It was plain as day. And we're talking about
now, I want to clean something up for this guy. Wow, doesn't it sound nice without his audio playing? Jesus, such a nice breath of fresh air. Now, he's hanging on this idea here, and this is what the confused like to do all the time. So this guy's watching the show. He's seeing Dane Cook and Tony poorly perform, and at the same time, their poor performance includes, you know, saying these things to these young comics. Now, I don't think Neil Pop would necessarily have a problem with those hurtful things being said if Tony and Dane were actually being funny and there wasn't this, you know, feeling of them being sickening, emitting into the audience. See, these guys get confused and they start, you know, hanging around the wrong points here. It's okay that they were just terrible. So I think that I don't take him for, and I've watched this whole thing, this 27-minute talk here, how I got kicked out of the Comedy Store for bullying Dane Cook. That's what this video is called. Shout-outs to Neil Pop on YouTube. I don't think he means it when he says, God, they were just picking on these poor kids. That's just an example that he's using because this world is so crazy, they'll latch onto that quicker, right? It's definitely not an example we would use around here. Now, I've spoken to Neil Pop. I've confirmed that he does not give a shit about people because he said this to me. I commented on this very YouTube video, and I said, here, I'll show you. I said, Neil Pop, you have a home here at Redbar. Okay. It's a classic saying. I think I got that from Keith the Cop, says that to people whenever they get booted from something. You know, Milo Yiannopoulos loses his Twitter. Keith the Cop will go, you have a home here at Compound. All right? Call me. We'll discuss. He's got a home here. Doesn't even know. So I say this to people now. You have a home here at Redbar. 8 likes. He responds, thanks, boys. If you ever want to team up, I'd be with it.
Yeah.
If you ever want to team up, I'd be with it.
Yes, let's team up.
I don't know if I'm so interested, but that shows me that, you know, he's on board to hate Tony. Let's listen to some more of this. I think he's going to get away from the poor kids getting picked on angle and go into how awful Tony is.
Or I guess Dane Cook's famous, and we're talking about 2 almost famous dingbags. But these guys were acting like they're A-listers, and like they were, bro, it was, at least when Jeff Ross roast somebody, he gets some laughs. No laughs. Nothing. I didn't hear Dane, Tony, or Brian say a single joke. Say like, hey, well, that kind of reminds me of this, or like, you know, you're not as bad as so-and-so. Not a single time. I mean, they riffed on the small dick guy about having no confidence, that he was just like a nothing. They could have just told jokes and been like, wow, you know, I'm pretty surprised. You look like you'd have an enormous cock. You know what I mean? They could have told laughable jokes without just getting right through to a stranger and hurting their feelings in front of dozens and dozens and dozens of people. It's like a full room. And I'm sitting there in my seat, and I'm no longer having a good time. I'm just getting infuriated.
Let's hear his story.
I can't believe Dane Cook can sit up here with his has-been ass and fucking just totally shit in the open mouths of just the nicest open micers. And you know why I was getting mad? I wasn't even getting mad that they were getting the worst roast of all time right into their face.
All right. I got to make an announcement here because they're losing their minds in the chat. Our website is temporarily down due to something. I don't know. Cameron likes to do his experiments sometimes, you know, even during live shows.
Wow.
So the website is down. You're not going to be able to watch the show until it's up. I mean, they can watch. They're still on the page. If you're still on the page, do not ever hit refresh or you're gone. You're not going to be able to watch until Cameron fixes it. Okay? But if you're watching now, obviously. So do not close that window or you're all screwed.
I'll tell you as soon as it's back and you're cool.
Cameron is working on it frantically right now. Cameron likes to run cleanup program. I mean, all day, Cameron is on this website going, how could I make it 1% faster? And here's Dom Radajakuski. I'm on the page. Yes, as long as you haven't hit refresh, you'll still see this all working, obviously. Just do not hit refresh. You'll be fucked. Don't hit it. All right, back to this amazing kid. Let's hear how he wraps up his story.
Faces. I was mad that nobody was saying anything back. You know what I mean? They would tell someone that they were unfunny and no one was like, yeah, that's why I see you headlining. Tony Hinchcliffe. Nice name, guy.
Wow.
No one was riffing on Dane Cook for wearing like a fucking tight black t-shirt and like a flat bill, like black hat, like
Look at that. Holy shit. That was my criticism of Dane Cook. Look at his flat build, grungy hat. Remember when I said Dane Cook, he's wearing a Louis J. Gomez style hat. Were these things ever in style? The answer is no. I hate these hats. These hats, of course, are always the worst, cheapest, gimmicky hats. You get these at like Walgreens, CVS. Of course, you've seen them with the Punisher logo on there. These big, high, black hats. You put one on, you instantly look $1,000 poorer. And this guy noticed it right off the bat. He goes, look at Dane Cook. He's wearing this ridiculous hat.
No one was riffing on Dane Cook for wearing like a fucking tight black t-shirt and like a flat bill, like black hat, like your desperate stepdad trying to pretend like he's 30. It was pitiful, dude. I wish there were some jokes. I prepared a good-ass 1-minute set. I was going to go, well, in my own opinion, because comedy is subjective. So
this guy's also kind of a himbo. I don't know if you've ever met a person born in California. Whoa. They're fucking screwed up, man. Really spoiled, really weird. Not that this guy is, but he starts spacing out sometimes. Right now, he's going to space out, tell like a long-winded story about what his joke was, and then I think he even retells his joke. So that goes on for days. But all you got to know, if you want to watch this whole thing, he thinks Dane Cook and Tony are bitch-made. Yes, for throwing him out. Remember, at the end of his performance, he was thrown out of the building. He was banned from the Comedy Store for roasting Dane and Tony. Now, in this particular video, he's not even aware that they've edited this completely out of the YouTube video. Now he is. So we'll see. Will Neil Pop go after Tony any more than he already has? I hope so.